Welcome to the second lecture of Economics and Management. So in last lecture, we have discussed the definition of demand. So whenever you are willing to buy something and you are able to buy something, then and then only your desire of buying something becomes demand. This is the definition and that you know. Now, in today's lecture, we will discuss about what are demand types, market demand function, demand curve and demand schedule, law of demand, supply and market supply function. So, what are demand types? There are two types of demands. First is direct demand and second is derived demand. So, whenever we are buying something for our own consumption, then that is known as a direct demand. And whenever we are buying something and that we are going to use as an input to produce goods for a profit, then that is known as a derived demand. And derived demand is derived from the demand of consumer of goods and services. Now, let me give you one example. Now, whenever we as an individual buy tomatoes, we are buying it for our own consumption. But whenever any food company, for example Kisan or Nestle, whenever these companies are buying tomatoes, they are using it as an input to produce some product that will help them to make a profit. Okay, for example, they will make tomato sauce, they will make ketchup, like this. And now that demand of their tomatoes or their demand depends on the direct demand of a consumer, right? So I hope you understand it. Now next, market demand function. Now what is meaning of market demand function? There is a supply function and there is a demand function. So what is meaning of demand function? So demand function shows the relationship between the amount demanded and other factors such as price of that product, price of other goods and so on. I will explain it in a brief. Now there are two types of market demand functions. First is industry demand and second is firm demand. So industry demand is influenced by general economic conditions such as population, GNP, that is gross national product, interest rates, and firm demand is influenced by not only general economic conditions but also prices, advertisement, etc. So now the question that may come in your mind is that what is the difference between industry and firm? Let me give you example. For example, food industry is one industry in which there can be many firms or there can be many companies who are producing food products. For example, Nestle, for example, Kisan, likewise. And firm means, for example, Nestle is one firm who is producing some food products. Kisan is one firm who is producing food products. So this is the difference between industry demand, industry and firm. Now what they are saying, industry demand is influenced by general economic conditions such as population, GNP and interest rates. Now let me explain it with example. For example, if population increases, demand of products increases, right? If GNP increases, demand of product increases. Now what is meaning of GNP? GNP means gross national product. Means what? The total produce of products and services inside the territory of the country, or the total product or services produces by the resident of the country. Now if the production increases, it means what? The income increases. It means what? If income is increases, then per capita income increases. Then if per capita income increases, then demand of people increases. Now interest rates. Let's say if bank reduces their interest rates. What happens if bank reduces their interest rates? The industrial people will take more and more loans. They will invest more and more, and the production will get increased. The employment will get increased. The income of people will get increased, and obviously demand of product will get increased. Now, if banks reduces or if bank increases their interest rates, then people in industry will take less loans, they will make less investment, they will produce less, the employment will get reduced, the income of people will get reduced, and ultimately the demand will get reduced. So this is the example how industry demand is influenced by population, GNP, or interest rates. Now, firm demand. Firm demand is influenced by not only general economic conditions but also prices and advertising. Now, for example, let me give you example of advertisement. Now, if you went to the shop and if you want to buy any product, now if there are two products, one product you have seen its advertisement and one product you haven't seen any advertisement of that product. Now, which product you will prefer? Obviously, you will prefer the product of which you have seen advertisement. So, in this way, advertisement affects the demand. If advertisement is more, the demand will increase, and if advertisement is less, the demand will get reduced. So, this is example of how industry demand is get influenced by some factors and how firm demand is get influenced by some factors. Now next, example of demand function. So this is one example of demand function. So how this calculated is not our concern, but for calculating a demand function means what? A relationship between quantity demanded and other factors, right? So for calculating demand function or for making such a relationship, what we have to do? We have to collect data from the market. The factors that are influenced to the demand, we have to collect data of that factors and we have to check relationship between demand and that factors. So this is one example of demand function. How it is calculated is not our concern. They may have collected some data from the market and on that and after doing some analysis of data, they may have calculated it. So what does it say? D equals to, D means what? Demand unit per year. So quantity demanded. 10 minus 2P. So P is price of product. So price of that product which is demanded, which is in rupees per unit, plus 2I. So I is disposable income, plus 0.9 PS. PS is price of substitute, plus 1.2A. A is advertisement expenditure. Now, what are these signs minus, plus, plus, plus? It means that D equals to 10 minus 2P. P means price of that product. So, if price of that product increases by 1 unit, demand will get decreased by 2 units. So, the minus sign shows the inverse relationship between demand and price. Listen it carefully. If price of that product increases by 1 unit, the demand will get decreased by 2 units. So negative sign shows there is a inverse relationship between price and demand, and 2 is the factor by which, or 2 is the coefficient by which the demand will get increased or decreased. Now D equals to 10 minus 2P plus 2I. Now what is meaning of I? I means disposable income. Now the relationship is that if disposable income increases, the demand will increase. Now what is meaning of disposable income? Let me give you one example. Let's say, let's say my payment is 10,000 rupees. Now I am paying taxes as a 2,000 rupees, my home rent as a 2,000 rupees, and my regular expenses as a 2,000 rupees. Now after paying this 6,000 rupees, I am remaining with 4,000 rupees that I can use as per my wish. Now that 4,000 rupees will become my disposable income, the income that I can use as per my wish. Now if my disposable income increases, my demand also increases. Now let's say if tax increased from 2,000 to 3,000 rupees, now my disposable income will get reduced by 1,000 rupees. Now in that case, I will demand less, so my demand will get reduced. Now let's say tax will decrease by 1,000 rupees. If tax will decrease by 1,000 rupees, then my disposable income will increase by 1000 rupees. So I will have more money to spend, so my demand will get increased. Now plus 0.9 PS. Okay. Now what is the meaning of PS? PS is the price of substitute. What it says, if price of substitute increases, demand increases, because there is a plus sign, so direct relationship. So price of substitute increases, demand increases. For example, let's say, let's take example of Maggi and Yippee. Now, if price of Maggi increases, we will prefer Yippee. So in that case, Maggi is substitute for Yippee, right? So substitute price means Maggi's price increase. So ultimately, we will go for Yippee, and Yippee's demand will get increased. Likewise, if price of Maggi decreases, then demand of Yippee will get decreases. So there is a direct relationship between price of substitute. If price of substitute increases, demand increases. Now next is advertisement. Advertisement expenditure. So if we are making more and more advertisement, people will demand it more and more, right? So this is a simple example of demand function. I hope you understand it. Next, demand curve and demand schedule. What is the meaning of demand curve? Demand curve is a plot that shows relationship between the price and quantity demanded. So demand curve is a plot that shows relationship between price and quantity demanded, holding effects of other factors fixed at a specific level. Means we are going to keep other factors which are influencing to demand as a constant, and we are plotting the graph only in relationship with quantity demanded and price. Now, often the demand curve is shifted to show the effect of change in other factors than price. So whenever other than price, any factor affects that demand curve, then there is a shift in demand curve. Okay, there is a shift in demand curve. We will see it. Now, this is demand curve. What is demand curve? A relationship that shows, a plot that shows relationship between price and quantity demanded. Now, what is demand schedule? Whenever we are showing relationship between price and quantity demanded into a tabular form or into a table, then that is known as a demand schedule. Next. So, law of demand. What is law of demand? A demand of product is an inverse function of its own price. So, if price goes up, the quantity demanded goes down, and when price goes down, the quantity demanded goes up. So, there is an inverse relationship between quantity demanded and its own price. So, this is law of demand. Now, we will see demand curve, how it works. So, this is a graph of demand curve. What is demand curve? A plot that shows relationship between quantity demanded and its price. Now, see carefully this graph. When price is P1, the quantity demanded is Q1. When price is P1, quantity demanded is Q1. When price increased from P1 to P2, the quantity demanded is decreased from Q1 to Q0. So there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, and this shows a demand curve. Now, this is one more example of demand curve. Okay, so this red line shows the demand curve. X-axis shows demand and y-axis shows price. So obviously, when price is more, the demand is less, and when the price is less, demand is more. Now, in second graph, there is a shift in demand curve. Means the straight line shows demand curve, and when your income increases, your price is also increases and your demand is also increases. So your demand curve shifts to the right hand side, and the dotted line shows shift in demand curve. So this is concept of demand curve and shift in demand curve. Now next is supply. We have seen the definition of supply in last lecture. So supply takes place when the producers are at least able to recover the marginal cost of the production, right? whenever I am producing something where I am able to supply it, then and when I am able to recover the marginal cost of the production, right? So factors influencing supply include price of other goods, technology, input prices, and so on. Likewise, demand is affected by its own price of other goods, advertising. Likewise, supply is also get influenced by its own price of other goods, technology, input prices, and so on. If the technology increases, the production cost decreases, right? If input prices increase, like the price of raw material increases, then supply cost also increases, right? Then if price of other goods increases, the supply of that product will get decreased, or if the price of other good decreases, we will supply more, right? So supply will get increased. Now market supply function. Market supply function relates to the quantity supplied and the factors that affects it. It shows the relationship between quantity supplied and the factors that affect it. Which are factors that are affecting to the supply? Price, technology, right? Price of other goods, etc. Now again, there are two supply functions, industry supply and firm supply. So I have told you difference between industry and firm. Industry supply will depend on various general economic conditions and economic factors such as gross national product, interest rates, tax rates, population, and so on. Same, if interest rates, or if, let me give you an example of tax rates. If tax rates increases, the industry have to pay more into the tax, so their money will get reduced, so they will invest less and their supply will get reduced. If tax rates decreases, money in the hand of industry increases, they will invest more and they will supply more. Now firm supply. So firm supply will not only depend on these general economic conditions and such factors as firm productivity, wage rates, competitors' price, and so on. So firm supply is not only affected by the general economic conditions, but it also affected by these other factors like wage rates, competitors' price, and so on. So let me give you an example of wage rates. If wage rates get increases, the firm have to give more money to the people and money into their hand will get decrease, so the supply will obviously get decreases. So this is market supply function. Now this is example of market supply function. Again, how this function is get calculated is not our concern, but again they have calculated it from they may have collected some data from the market. On the basis of that, they may have find out the relationship between supply function and these factors, and they have calculated it. So this is a simple example. Now demand function is a linear function, but supply function is a log linear function. So linear log of supply, S is supply, equals to A is a constant plus B times, or B is a coefficient, linear log of L. So L are labors, that is number of persons we are using per year, plus C log linear K. So C is capital invested. Sorry, K is capital invested and C is C times capital invested. So this is a supply function. So I hope you understand it. Thank you so much. कारण असं काही लिहिलं बिलं नाही आहे ना आपण आता. थांब हे स्टॉप करते, आधी सेव्ह करते.